Hey YouTube, Single Mom with Curls here. I thought that I'd do a update on my setup for 2015. Some things remain the same and some things have changed. What remains the same is that I continue to use a traveler's notebook. I also continue to use DIY fish as my inserts. It is seriously my planner piece. The style of inserts I'm using has changed a little bit, and I've rethought some components. So with that said, I am currently in a Chic Sparrow Black Beauty. I really was interested in the style of leather in the way that I've heard it described in blog posts and on Facebook as well as other YouTube videos. But I wasn't sold. I have another black traveler's notebook, which I like. But once I realized that Chic Sparrow did the stitching and it didn't involve pockets, I was pretty much sold. So I bought one for my birthday. This is she. I got the white elastic. It is the nicest leather ever. It is soft, not too soft. Rigid, not too rigid, and it has a really nice texture to it, so I'm very happy. I still have 3 notebooks. I removed the folder. I still have my card holder with bits and bobs in it, and I still have the zip pocket with my market dots and various other stickers. This is still filled with, my stencils are on another part of my desk at the moment. And I have, various sticky notes and so on and so forth in there. I recovered my notebooks with some of the tutorials, especially the one by Robin Lott. I will link below the video I'm referring to. I like the fact that it, 1, looks more appealing, and 2, it's slightly more sturdy. I had some fraying of the edges, which was driving me crazy. I also bought a corner rounder, so that has helped also with some of the fraying edges, especially for the notebooks that I plan to keep in here permanently, like my monthly, which is all for 2015, so this will be here for 12 months. And then my notebook back here that, may last several months. The middle one will change constantly. And so what I've done is I've not sewn it onto the booklet itself. So the booklet itself has a cardstock cover. And then I just slid this underneath it to protect the cover. I really love the way that looks too. I have switched months back to the DIY Fish Classic. I was very happy in utilizing the months when I used the Classic. So this is what March looks like for me. I use the top still for dates, appointments, birthdays, holidays. I list things related to my son's school, and then over here I write, prior to getting to the month, I write things that I need to remember to take care of for that month. So like getting my niece a gift and ordering cupcakes in advance for my son's birthday, so on and so forth. The stickers I got from the Hobonichi website. They're transparent and they are magnificent. I found that I was not utilizing the monthly charts from 2.2. I felt like I was just copying information from the weekly charts and it was becoming redundant. There are some things though that I like to look at in how often it happens throughout the month or a certain amount of time span. For example, I'm currently on some antibiotics and it helps for me to see how often I'm taking them, and then I had another medication that I needed to take, and it just helps me to see it this way versus it being on the weekly charts and then it being in one part of one week and then another part of another week. And then also what I do with my hair, like I've explained, I'm a curly girl, and it's just not as simple as washing and conditioning and kind of going. Like, there's so much more to it. I've put myself on a no spend because I went absolutely crazy in February and the early part of March. And so I'm done spending on frivolous stuff for at least several months. I also like to watch how often I get gas and how many times I wash the car. I hate birds. And that's all I have to say about that. I hate them. I am still using the bottom for bills. I put the name of the bill here, the amount of the bill, and I create check boxes using my stencils, and I check them off when I actually pay them or schedule them to be paid. I also use this box for notes, but March is my birthday month, my son's birthday month, my niece's birthday month, so it's huge and it's festive, and so I wanted to, you know, have my inserts reflect the festivities. I still have the yearly chart washied into the front of the booklet. The first video that I talked about doing this, it was blank because the year hadn't started yet. So this is kind of what it looks like with some information. I used the first column for holidays and birthdays. Second column is reflective of school dates. So things that are happening in school, days off, so on and so forth. I would also use that for anything related to my job. So like I need to add for May that I have the ceremonies. I help with the ceremonies. And so since I actually need to be on campus, I will be notating that there. And I use the third column for things that are annually that happen every year. Taxes, renewing Norton, my Amazon Prime membership expires, web host domains, dentist, 6-month dentist appointment, annual physicals, so on and so forth. I love that because sometimes I need to make appointments for these things. So I can look on here and say, okay, we're in March. My son needs to get an annual physical. Let me make an appointment for that. And it works amazingly. I am still using the back one as an index. I use color coding so that I can just glance and know exactly what that item refers to. And then I just write brief notes. And I can look at this and know right off back when something happened. If I need more details, then I can go to the booklet that contains those details. Now, I will get to the second booklet in a second. For the last book, initially I used it to plan out projects, but I found that it looked like Scribble Scrabble, and I didn't like that because my idea of planning projects is literally scratch paper, and I don't need to keep that most of the time. So I threw out that booklet. I used the rest for scrap paper or whatever, and then I trashed it. And so I have been thinking about a commonplace book. I've had lots of conversations with a friend of mine, Lynette, hey girl, about, the concept of a commonplace book. And the way she explains it to me is that it's a place in which all things that don't have a place go. And I kind of like that. So that's what this will be. And I just rebounded this book recently, so it's pretty empty. I will maintain a master task list in here, things that I want to get to eventually, and I've already started that. But that they don't necessarily have a time date, or they do have a date and time, but when you use DIY Fish, you generally keep 1 month at a time in your notebook. And so this way it's on my radar, but it's not scheduled out pretty much. So that's what will be here. I also have included this notebook, which is from Hobonichi. It fits inside the weeks, which I found no use for. I bought it, it's cute, but I could not use it. I'm thinking about using it as an editorial calendar, but I've not gotten to that aspect of my life yet. So with that said, I use these little notebooks. It's probably like 20 pages of the thinnest paper in the world, and I use it to brain dump. So this is my brain dump from last night. Just things that I've been thinking about, and I will continue to do that. Now, the difference between a brain dump and a master task list is a brain dump means that I'm thinking about it. It does not mean that I plan on implementing it. Maybe I need to do some further research to see if it's something that I want to do. Maybe I need to save up money for it. So brain dumping, to me, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that for everybody else, but to me, it means that it is swimming around in my head and I just want to get it down on paper. Once I do that, I will go through my brain dump and decide whether it is something that I actually want to act upon at some point in time. If that happens, then it then goes to my master task list. For example, I was contemplating the fact that my insurance for my car is high, and there's ways to get the insurance down. And so I did a little research, and I realized that I just need to go and do the defensive driving course. And so from the brain dump, I then gave myself the task of looking up defensive driving. I did that. I researched it. Now I went and purchased it, and that's where it ends up in here, because now I have to plan to either attend it, or in my case, I chose the online version. So now I just have to plan out to do it. And you can do it over 30 days. And it's painful. I've already started the process. There's a lot to reading, and it takes forever. So yeah, that's how a task works for me. So that's what I'm doing with the third notebook. The second notebook, what is different is I'm still using 2.2, but I have the version with the day on the page. And I like that because, as I've explained in prior videos, I work from home. And for the most part, I just need an ongoing task list. And that works perfectly. So I'll show you what I mean. March has been a slow work month for me because I've taken off a week. I was off last week, and I took off a couple of days the week prior. So this will be my first full week. So there's not much work going on in March. I can see if I can show you January, how I deal with work. Okay, so here's January. Initially, I was trying to use this sheet for work, but it's just, I don't like it. And then I feel like I'm repeating the same things week after week. So then I just kind of started doing it this way, where I just wrote work and what I actually did that day. So I like that. But now I am omitting the usage of this page. I just don't like it, and I kind of wish it would go away. And I put recurring work task here. So like checking email, listening to voicemail, a task that I do several times during the week will go on my weekly chart. And then I will deal with my daily task here. And then there is space in the back of the book for me to do a master task list. So the master task list will go here. And then I will filter it out into the days. This is a tip-in. Just on Word, I went and copied and pasted some of the photo challenges. And then this is a 365-30 list of questions. This is some journaling prompts. And some things I get to, some things I don't. But it's stuff that interests me for March. And so when I do it, if I have time or if I feel like it. And I don't if I don't, pretty much. Alright, so I use the week only to list some things that I need to remember to attend, go to, handle for that week. So they're just quick notes, no details, no nothing. I use the box up here for either goals, like read 3 books this week, or things that need to be handled, like a return. I use this to list reoccurring tasks for me, my son, the household, work, like I've already explained, and social media stuff if I am planning on doing something related to that. I use this column for tasks. I use this column for 365/30 lists. And I do that every day. I didn't have anything going on Wednesday. Thursday was my birthday, so it was an easy day. But this is generally what it looks like. Again, I left that blank. Just more notes to myself. This is a more busy week. So these are all the things that I wanted to make sure I got done at some point. Some things happen several times. Some things only happen once during that week. And this is what my weeks look like. I keep it very simple. I use a sticky note because I wanted that to stand out to me. And if I need a note, then I just write note, write what I'm noting about, and move on. I sometimes use these clips to kind of mark what page I'm on. I don't always, though. This is this week's. My baby's birthday is tomorrow. It'll probably be tomorrow when I upload this. And that's pretty much it. This is working for me so far. But my brain won't let me relax. I have been contemplating trying a smaller setup. I really want to know if I could live in a pocket. I don't know why I want to know if I could live in a pocket. But I think at some point, us planner fanatics want to know if we could do what we do smaller. So I purchased that. Also Chic Sparrow. It's the Gemini leather. I have this distressing on the sides. I actually have pockets in this because it's small, and I figure as a carrier it makes great for, wallet components. And I am contemplating using this for next month just to see. I mean, worst case scenario, I could always go back to my large one. And for months like the summer where I have less going on, this could be perfect for planning. So I have just some grid paper, and the glare is horrible. I'm not sure why. So it's grid paper. I bought a monthly planner insert from, I can't think of the name of the shop. I will link it below though. And then a weekly insert from the same shop. And then an address book from Yellow Paper House. And then I have this one, and then the one in the front, as well as some of the dashboarding situation, because I just, like I said, I like to protect the covers. So this is an option. I may be trying that for next month. My goal, though, is to utilize DIY Fish. There are some talk about her creating a field notes version, and so if she does that, I definitely will try the pocket for a month just to see if I can do it. Why not? I also have big plans in journaling, so I will be getting into this at some point. It is an undated Hobonichi. Again, the glare is horrible. I have some Miguel Ruiz books on the way, so I think I want to try that first before I mark up the undated version. I purchased a cell phone printer, and I just kind of wanted to be more creative, and I really want to start journaling. My son's getting older, and he says all kinds of wild things, and he does all kinds of interesting things, and I'm just not doing very good at documenting that. So that's another goal of mine. I've gotten a whole bunch of new subscribers, so hello to all of you. Thanks for watching. I don't have a lot of content to bring. I'm doing the same things on a regular basis. So if you can think of some videos you want me to do, leave them in the comments below. Like, subscribe if you haven't done so already. And let me know what you think. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a good one.